Bengaluru. It's a place known for its IT hub, heavy rain, and high traffic. However, there is a much greener side to Bengaluru as well. From its many diverse lakes to grasslands and basically anywhere that is green. Join us as we go along to Bengaluru's top birding hotspots and take you through the birds found there. Firstly, we have the Devara Besannahalli Lake. Almost all the time, the first thing we see after visiting the lake is Hero the heron. He is quite a common guest at the Devara Besannahalli Lake and has essentially made it his home. The next most common thing that we often see are ducks. A lot of ducks. They often like to hang out together in groups. Cormorants are black birds who can swim to big, deep depths to catch food, and often, once they come back from their dives, are seen drying their wings in the golden sunlight. This is the little cormorant, while the one here is a great cormorant, who are bigger in size and also have a yellow beak. They are pretty common in this lake. Sometimes we find pretty rare birds as well. These include bitterns, white-breasted waterhens, purple moorhens, kingfishers, and painted storks. Next on our list, the Nandi Hills. The Nandi Hills are a set of hills based at the northern edge of Bengaluru. Although there might not be as many birds as in other places, the Nandi Hills still has a wide variety of birds. One of the most common species is the bulbul. There are quite a lot of them in the Nandi Hills who are continuously looking for food. Alpine swifts patrol the sky, looking for insects to eat and getting a view over the whole hill. An Indian robin is foraging for food underneath the bush. We now move on to the Hoskote Lake. This diverse birding hotspot is home to many birds such as storks, ducks, and pelicans. Lots of them. kites are in abundance as well. Coots, baya weavers, and moorhens are other species found here. Up next, Kempegowda International Airport. Kempegowda International Airport is not where you think that you will find birds, but you find a very rare bird here at the airport. For some reason, the house sparrows in Bengaluru seem to have gone on a steep decline until finally they were only found in the area of the Kempegowda International Airport. And it is a hefty good place to see them too. We now move on to a very cool lake, the Jakur Lake. This is a revived lake and it is home to many birds now. Some of the birds found here include painted storks, kingfishers, herons, ducks, pelicans, and ibises. Next up, the Yelahanka Putanahalli Lake. The Putanahalli Lake is also called the Putanahalli Lake and Bird Reserve because it conserves birds. Some of the species found here include the Brahmini kites, black kite, grey heron, little cormorant, little egret, oriental darter, great cormorant, lesser whistling duck, spot-billed ducks, and little egret. We now move on to the Windflower Prakriti Resort. The atmosphere here is livelier than you think and there are a lot of birds such as this black drongo. A white-cheeked bulbul is scurrying around. A juvenile red-whiskered bulbul is enjoying itself. A group of red-whiskered bulbuls hanging out. A tailor bird is playing hide and seek with us. A red-vented bulbul is playing around. A coppersmith barbet perfectly camouflaged between the branches of the tree. A wagtail scurries across the lawn. Lots of magpie robins are around. A Eurasian hoopoe is trotting about the whole property, foraging for food. The next place, the Hesaraghatta grassland. The grasslands are an area which we have not come to previously in this documentary so far. So, let's explore one, the Hesaraghatta grassland. A couple of peacocks are happily walking around. A group of cattle egrets are enjoying their day. A green bee-eater is sitting on a wire. 3 jungle warblers watch us keenly. A rose-ringed parakeet is sitting on a coconut tree. A wagtail is hopping between branches. A sunbird is sitting on a tree. The symbiotic relationship between cattle and cattle egrets is in full swing. Next up, one of the most famous gardens in Bangalore, Lal Bagh. 2 cormorants are resting. A purple moorhen is on its afternoon walk. Ducks swim in the middle of the lake. Cormorants, darters and ducks have set up base camp. A heron watches us peacefully into the water. A kingfisher ruffles its feathers after a trip to the water. A stork looks into the water looking for fish. A duck is leading its family across the lake. A myna is happily walking around. Common Park is up next. At a small pond at the end of the park, we could see cormorants and a pond heron. Common moorhens and spot-billed ducks were feeding amongst the lilies. Now we take a trip down to East Bangalore to Big Banyan Tree Ranch. A tailor bird is sucking nectar. A bulbul is sitting right above our restaurant table, another bulbul on a tree. A purple sunbird is shifting from flower to flower. 5 black drongos are sitting on a tree. A Brahmini kite is happily enjoying its afternoon. And a bulbul is enjoying it too. Next up, Madiwala Lake. The Madiwala Lake is the largest lake in Bangalore and has a good diversity of birds. Some include oriental white ibis, open-billed stork, purple moorhen, sandpiper, cormorant, Brahmini kite, oriental darter, pond heron, egrets, and spot-billed pelicans. Agara Lake is up next. It is one of the oldest lakes and has some birds such as pond heron, cormorant, grey heron, purple moorhen, cattle egret, Brahmini kite, and oriental darter. The next place is the Kasavanahalli Lake. It is a big lake and has some birds. These include ducks, moorhens, coots, grey herons, egrets, cormorants, purple heron, oriental white ibis, pond heron, black-winged stilt, and white-breasted water hen. Next up, the Kaikondrahalli Lake. Kaikondrahalli Lake is one of the, if not the most well-known birding hotspot among Bengaluru birders. This is due to its diversity of birds. These include grey herons, pond herons, spot-billed ducks, black kites, Brahmini kites, painted storks, spot-billed pelicans, cormorants, and egrets. However, the fact of the matter is that not all birds need to be found at lakes, grasslands, or forests. They can be found right at your home too. In Bengaluru, birds can be found around your home and on roads. Over here, a pigeon is watching us from the 5th floor. Over here, a koel is sitting on a tree. A sunbird sits on a construction site. A black kite in flight. We watch a crow hop around in a tree. A hen looks for food in Chikkanayakkanahalli. A cock walks down the street. A crow sits right under a street light. Lots of black kites circle above. Anyway, getting back on track, Igloo Lake is up next. Lots of action is happening in one shot. 2 lapwings are on the rocks, chilling. Behind them is a cormorant trying to dry its wings, and a bittern is perfectly camouflaged within the rocks. A wagtail is sitting on the rocks over here, illuminating the golden sunlight. Next up, the Saulkere Lake. The Saulkere has an amazing amount of birds, and right from the entrance is flashing with birds. It's about 100 of them in one group. On most days, egrets and moorhens are your first visitors. However, the lake is teeming with other birds. Some of them include glossy ibis, oriental white ibis, lesser whistling and ruddy shell ducks, grebes, purple herons, bronze-winged jacanas, pond herons, coots, kingfishers, lapwings, cormorants, Alexandrine parakeets, spot-billed ducks, painted storks, pelicans, pheasant-tailed jacanas, and garganeys. Next, we move to the Smiley Greens complex. In a small tree in the Smiley Greens complex lies a family of owls, spotted owlets to be exact, who live a perfect life there. It's a family of 4, but most of the time only 2 owls come out, the babies staying inside. Many legacies have been formed and many generations have been passed. These owls live in these trees. Babies nest in this very tree once they grow adult, and the cycle continues on. Overall, things were looking good in the bird world. However, in the last few years, it has taken a turn for the worse. Plastic, and lots of it. In fact, plastic is so bad, it has led to birds leaving some areas completely, and pigs and cattle to take them. And the problem is us. But of course, we being human are the solution too. And what can we do? Well, use less plastic, of course. Stop throwing plastic and keeping our lakes clean. And although some lakes, such as the Jakur Lake, have been revived, others, like the Bengaluru Lake, stand on the verge of being extinct altogether. In fact, plastic and industrialization has brought down the lake count in Bengaluru from 217 to just 60. Due to this, the migratory bird count has dropped in Bengaluru as well. There has been a 90% drop in recent years of migratory birds in Bengaluru. And now all of us have a choice to make. Do we join Team Problem or Team Solution in reducing plastic in lakes? But I can give you some advice. Joining Team Solution will give you much better results than joining Team Problem. The largest mass extinction was Permian-Triassic mass extinction, which caused 96% of Earth's life forms to go extinct. We could be causing a bigger one by us and our pollution. So if you threw a packet of chips in the lake and are watching this, you know what you did is wrong. The bird world is a fascinating place to be and is still not uncovered about these beautiful animals, and let's fight to protect them.